again, when you start this, if this is the grandma character, here's the center line. You can always change the direction or tilting. I just happen to have her sticking her head out. And still start off with that beginning basic part. Give the self the triangle section just to help you get started. And this is kind of a formulated way of drawing, so I'm just going to continue with that egg character. So if you can see that egg character there, you kind of have it. This line wrapping around for the base of the eyes and also the top is traditionally where they locate the height location of the ears. But I'll just kind of lightly sketch this part in. She kind of has this Shaw bandana hat, and that can also wrap around for that piece. This frilly part, if you see it, you kind of see it at the end, but if you build it up as a structure, there's a center for it. And then all these little looped fringe pieces kind of wrap around that and make it easy to draw. Okay, the eyebrows just echo the shape of the eye. And then coming down here, the nose isn't flat against the face, it's kind of sticking out a little bit. So just find a circle for the end of the nose, a distance away from it. Build that part in there. And then now her mouth is a little bit more closed and it's wrapped around this piece. So again, they show the chin and just kind of build that in there. And the hollow for the cheeks just kind of brought that piece in there. And just kind of showing some of the age lines. The glass is a little bit easier because it's a little more symmetrical. Just kind of build that part across there. And again, as you go through this, kind of think we're going to ink this in and color it again. So just try to see if you can keep it dark enough that it's easy to erase, yet light enough that you can still, or dark enough that you can still see it. So then this character up here, kind of looking at this guy again, the dog, it's the same idea, only the little bit of different shape of this egg character. So as you start to see how it modifies itself, there's the center line for it. And this case, same idea, there's the cheeks and the mouth, but the nose comes out a little bit further. So again, the snout, I'm just going to kind of build everything up off of a circular shape. You know, put the eyes in there. And they may be changed a little bit, kind of half-masked with the eyelids there. So he's kind of setting it up like that. So as you start to build this up, see this piece. So now the nose or the snout comes out further, but it still has a center line. And it goes up into this cheek area right here. And there's the top. And the ears, a little bit different on the ears since they're dog ears. You want to kind of go up with a rectangular shape and down. If you can see it like a folded piece of paper, it'll help you understand the volume of it. So once you get that, you can add a thickness to it. And that way it's going to give you a little bit more to work with. And then just round off the corners, kind of find those circle shapes in there, and it plots itself right into it. I might give them a magician's hat on top of that part. Now anything else that comes through that you add to this, they're kind of in a box, so it's just making that perspective box in there. Okay. The same with the hands and the body that you do. You can use these as dog hands, paw hands, personified with human hands. So it's kind of looking at that line. So I'm going to do the same idea over here. He's holding the saw, kind of an idea. And just kind of building that piece up there. This part is just going to be holding the box itself, so it's going to be laying flat and sketched in there. So as you go through that, see if you can start to lay it out. And then again, I'm going to exaggerate a little bit, put them on a stage with some footlights down here, a little bit of wood showing that. Up here I'm going to have a little bit of the curtain and maybe even a little card, stage card here, setting that up. So it's trying to get you to think of the composition and the interaction of these characters as you start to work with that. So see how you do on that one.